Welcome back, students. Dear students, in this session, I am going to explain the topic derivation of expression for temperature of inversion. Students, in the previous session, we learned about the temperature of inversion using Forsberg experiment. Let us see the definition of temperature of inversion. It is also said to be Joule-Kelvin effect. It is defined like this: the temperature at which the Joule-Thomson effect change the sign, that is, cooling effect becomes the heating effect, is called the temperature of inversion, which is abbreviated as Ti. At this temperature, that means at this temperature of inversion, there is neither cooling nor heating is observed. Let us see the derivative part. Derivation of expression for temperature of inversion. Assuming the van der Waals equation of state, the attractive force between the molecules are equivalent to an internal pressure A divided by V square. When the gas expands from V1 to V2, the work done is given by, that is, W equals integration of P dV between the limits V1 V2. But P is the pressure that is given by A by V square according to van der Waals. Therefore, work done equals, just you substitute the pressure value A by V square in this equation, we get integration of A by V square with respect to dV between the limits V1 V2. After integrating this one, we get minus A by V2 plus A by V1. After integrating of 1 by V square with respect to dV, we get, by substituting the limits, we get this much value. Hence the total work done by the gas is W equals P2 V2 minus P1 V1 plus W equals, here this one is total work done. This work done is when the gas undergoes expansion between V1 and V2. Therefore, P2 V2 minus P1 V1 minus of A by V2, just substitute the work done value here from this equation here, minus A by V2 plus A by V1, let it be equation 1. We know that the van der Waals equation of state for a gas, that means real gas equation, that is P plus A by V square into V minus B, which is equal to R into T, or PV minus PB plus AV divided by V square minus of AB by V square equals RT. In the previous equation you just simplify that, then we get this equation. But AB by V square, here AB by V square is negligible, hence it is ignored. Therefore, when AB by V square is ignored, we get PV equals, when all these things comes across RHS of the equation, we get RT plus PB minus A by V. Here V in the numerator and V square in the denominator, one term cancelled, then it gives A by V. Equation 1 becomes the work done, total work done, W equals RT plus P2B minus A divided by V square minus of RT plus P1B minus A by V1 minus A by V2 plus A by V1. Here in the previous equation 1, here this one P2 V2 minus P1 V1, we get this equation. Therefore, work done W equals B into P2 minus P1. Here from the above equation, take B outside, then it becomes P2 minus P1 plus 2A into 1 by V1 minus 1 by V2. But V1 equals RT by P1, because according to ideal gas equation PV equals RT, therefore V1 equals RT by P1 and V2 equals RT by P2. Then the above equation, this equation becomes W equals B into P2 minus P1 as it is plus 2A into, for V1 you substitute RT by P1, then it becomes P1 by RT minus P2 by RT, which is equal to minus B into P1 minus P2 plus 2A by RT, here RT take outside, into P1 minus P2. Therefore, the work done equals minus B into P1 minus P2 plus 2A by RT into P1 minus P2. Therefore, net work done equals P1 minus P2. Here on interchanging this one, P1 minus P2 into 2A by RT minus B. Here just P1 minus P2 you take outside, it becomes 2A by RT minus B. That will be equation 2. Suppose the falling temperature is delta T. Falling temperature is delta T. Then net work done equals J into H. H is the enthalpy. Enthalpy becomes M into Cp into delta T. M Cp delta T, where M is the gram molecular weight of the gas. Therefore, we just substitute the work done value in the equation 2. We get Jm into Cp into delta T equals, you write RHS the same, P1 minus P2 into 2A by RT minus B. Therefore, delta T equals, you just cross multiply Jm into Cp towards RHS, it becomes P1 minus P2 divided by Jm Cp. into 2a by RT minus B, let it be equation 3. Using equation 3, we can come to the conclusion like this. Since P1 minus P2 is positive, here in the previous equation 3, falling temperature, that is, we shall discuss it about cooling effect and heating effect and some conclusions. Here P1 minus P2 becomes positive, then delta T will be positive. The LHS delta T will be positive if 2a by RT minus B is positive. Therefore, this 2a by RT minus B in the equation 3, here you see here, when P1 minus P2 is positive, delta T will be positive if 2a by RT minus B is positive. That is 2a by RT, which is greater than this constant B, or the temperature T, which is less than 2a by RB. Here we take this equation, it is 2a by RT minus B. In this case 2a by RT when it is greater than the constant B, or if T is less than 2a by RB, then cooling will take place if the temperature of the gas is less than 2a by RB. Here this temperature is less than the 2a by RB, the cooling will be takes place. In the same way, if delta T to be 0, here in the equation 3 we get 2a by RT minus B is 0, this one. If delta T is equal to 0 in the equation 3, then 2a by RT minus B equals 0, or T equals 2a by RB. This temperature is called the temperature of inversion and is represented by Ti. I stands for inversion and is characteristics of a particular gas. Hence the temperature of inversion will be 2a by RB. The third conclusion will be, if delta T will be negative, then the term 2a by RT minus B is negative. In the equation 3, 2a by RT minus B will be negative. That is, the term B, constant B, which is greater than the term 2a by RT, or T greater than 2a by RB. Here just T replaced here with B, that is T greater than 2a by RB. And the temperature, this temperature of the gas, which is greater than the temperature of inversion Ti. Therefore, heating will take place because this temperature of the gas greater than the temperature of inversion, above the temperature of inversion, heating will take place. This is the third conclusion. Let us see the results, which is already discussed in the previous session also after the porous plug experiment. If the gas is at the temperature of inversion, then no cooling or heating is observed when it is passed through the porous plug. Second result, if the gas is at a temperature lower than the temperature of inversion, gas is at a temperature lower than the temperature of inversion, cooling will take place when it is passed through the porous plug. This is called regenerative cooling or Joule-Kelvin cooling. If the gas is at a temperature higher than the temperature of inversion, instead of cooling, heating is observed when the gas is passed through the porous plug. This is about the results. Thank you.